Ribbono Shalom. The Bible and the glorious copyright infringement known as the glorious Quran. Hello? You see, the Quran is written in Arabic. And Arabic, just like all Semitic languages, are written left to right because they are come from the Stone Age, where they used to have to write on cuneiforms and tablets by chiseling left to right, not writing left to right, but chiseling right to left. And it turns out that there is a symbolic and spiritual component to writing right to left, because in Kabbalah, the right hand is the holy hand. But what's interesting is when you put your hands together in prayer, you're basically merging good and evil to get a balance, an equilibrium. And what people are missing here on this app is what we call balance and equilibrium, or strength and fortitude. Castor, a fortified camp. People need castor oil, which is the oil of the Most High. Jesus! Hello? Do I make you laugh? Am I a joke to you? Am I a joke to you? You think I'm funny?
Where you live?
I live inside Uranus, next to Saturn. Further past Neptune. Hello? No, I'm reading a. Oh, yeah, I'm in Chicago. I'm reading a book this morning.
You're in Chicago?
I'm in
Chicago.
You're in Chicago?
Yes, sir.
Ah, shit.
I'm over by Schaumburg. I'm by Schaumburg.
Nice. I was
You in the city?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not too far. I'm on the northwest side. I'm not far from Schaumburg.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's great.
You're Catholic or what are you?
I'm a Protestant Christian.
Oh, you're Protestant? Okay.
Yeah. I like the Catholics, though. You know, I rock with them.
Yeah, why not? They believe in Jesus.
Exactly. Yeah, those are my boys.
What's the difference between Lucifer and Satan?
Lucifer can be a good person, but Satan is always a bad person.
Really?
Yeah. Satan is always an adversary. Lucifer is the enlightened one.
Isn't it just like a name change after the revolt? He became, Satan. Prior to that, he was known as Lucifer.
I don't think so. I thought Satan was, I thought he was the adversary. And even other people were called Satans in the Tanakh. You know what I'm saying? Satan. Yeah, man, it's a beautiful day out here right now.
It's a day. It is a day like any other day.
Are you using a voice changer?
Hello?
Oh, I guess. Oh, that's tweaking, man. You be smoking weed, don't you?
Hello? Not
That's
yet.
why I can't hear.
Not yet today.
Not yet.
Soon. Soon we will take the Holy Sacrament on Mount Sinai with Moses and speak through the burning bush.
There you go. Make sure you
Wrap up.
You try it. Go to New Buffalo, Michigan, and get you a Jeter. thank me later. They're amazing. Jeter pre-roll. That's what you want.
Here, Jeter.
That's where it's at. What you doing for Valentine's, man? Where's your Valentine at?
She's coming.
Oh, she's coming? Damn.
Well, if I don't get a date tonight, I got a magic trick that can make any woman fall in love instantaneously with me. Do you know what a caldag is?
No, I've never heard of it.
It's a magic ring. I bought a bunch of them on eBay, and I go to Irish bars and I find my caldag queen for the night, and I give her a little piece of silver for a little piece of that. Hello?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You didn't sell your silver while it was at, what was it? Was that 100? Over 100?
No, I'm a long-term holder. Oh, hey, Resistance!
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about
That's
Resistance the other day because you can't really call yourself a Christian unless you love this Schwartz piece of shit in New York who attacks people on the street because they're Jewish. When you're a low IQ scumbag piece of shit like Resistance, you really gotta be Christian to love pieces of shit like that. There's no other way about it. He Resistance, without him, there would be no Christianity because there would be no charity. It takes incredible charity to be patient with a human piece of shit like that. Does somebody smell a turd? Did somebody step in a piece of shit? I smell Resistance!
Stanky.
He knows he's stanky. He's the worst of all of us. What's it like, Resistance, being the worst person on Clubhouse? Tell us, what is it like knowing that you are rated at a -1 on a scale of 10? Human shit, petrified,
No one
dried out
knows what
turds.
it's like to be a scumbag. Hey, Megatron, did you know this guy? This guy's out here in Chicago. I love this guy. He's gonna be in Chicago.
You don't know this, but I've been producing the Barthology show for many months now.
Nobody knows what it's like to be a douchebag. I mean a douchebag. Behind the lights and my dreams. Nigga.
So the belief is that the Christian religion existed for thousands of years prior to Christ's arrival on the scene.
That's bullshit.
There is an ancient mystery religion that goes by many names, and Christ merely picked up that throne, that power became his. And ever since, we have deceived man through the power of Jesus. A new equinox is here.
Jesus.
Hello? I call it the cult of hello. Also, I call it the cult of weird because you'll notice whenever a Schwartz has nothing else to add, they always say, "That's weird. Weird. Weird." Like as if that's like saying anything in a conversation. That's weird. Oh, well, thank you for your opinion. But that doesn't discredit what I'm saying, now does it? In fact, when somebody says that's weird, what they're saying is, I am weird, meaning they're projecting their own weirdness, the way they feel about what you're saying. So, if that sounds weird to you, well, I just made my point. Hello?
Hello. No one knows knows what it's like.
Nobody knows.
To be a douchebag.
A douchebag. A douchebag.
Valentine's Day.
You know what's amazing is with regards. You know what's amazing.
Yo, they're doing fitna. They love the fitna. They don't like the fitna. I'm telling you, man. They're all about the fitna, never about the fitna.
You made them laugh. Broke it.
I be staying on that. Three. That's smart. So the fucking thing doesn't get pushed back with the. That's smart. That's smart.
You just can't get it out of me.
Hello. So, Barth, I'm setting up multiple recording studios. So I'm so glad you're so cool with me live streaming your rooms.
Hello.
Because I'm dedicating a recording studio to you, big guy. Every time you put in a nail, every time you put in a staple, I'll be there recording you listening to Muslims debate Christians about the validity of their false religion, their cult. Their cult. Is Islam just a Christian cult?
They're not coming in here anymore.
Well, that's why you got to spice up the titles. Your titles are too generic. You need to get into something specific within their theogony in order to attract the flies to the light.
It's not working anymore, man.
It has peak hours and peak usage. That's really what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta give me the heads up of when the peak hours, you know, when I should plug in.
Some people are so crazy they use this app literally 16 hours a day. They leave it on from the moment they get up with a stupid Bluetooth in their ear to the moment they go to sleep. And they think they're like fucking Iron Man or something. Or, you know, Ultron.
You know what it is? They're so scared of losing the buzz. You know?
Losing a buzz?
The buzz, you know, like being popular, being known. Because I guarantee you, if I stop coming here for a week or so, I'm done. Like I'm already old news.
No, it's just your opinion. Believe me. It goes back to peak time usage. It's an illusion that, you know, popularity is something real. It doesn't exist. It's just a concept. And see, this is the power of the Holy Spirit.
We're not leaving anytime soon. We're not leaving anytime soon.
You got staying power.
Like, I mean, a lot of right and stuff.
You got staying power.
Bro, I need some cutoffs. Some stud cutoffs. Not now. Right now.
He's a stud.
Right now. You have any light day and shit?
It's Valentine's Day. He's looking for stud cutoffs.
Yeah, what's going on? What the fuck is going on here?
Oh, hello. It's my friend Coptic.
Shut up, you motherfucker. No, Smiley and Megatron, what's going on?
Coptic, for a believer in Christ, you have the worst attitude. Why would you dare use profanity to me?
Shut up. Now,
You shut up now. I'm going to read from a book and imitate Coptic as I read from this book.
Is that really my voice, guys?
The seminary is the number of initiation by ordeal. It is the number of equilibrium. It is the hieroglyph of the knowledge of good and evil. He who seeks the origin of evil seeks the source. Hello? He
who seeks the origin of evil seeks the source of what is not. Evil is the discordant appetite of God. The unfruitful attempt of an unskillful will. Everyone possesses the fruit of his work, and poverty is only the spur to toil. For the flock of men, suffering is like the shepherd dog, who bites the wool of the sheep to put them back in the right way. It is because of shadow that we are able to see light, because of cold that we feel heat, because of pain that we are sensible to pleasure.
So now you know what you sound like, Coptic. Now you know what you sound like to a nasally Chicagoan. Hello?
It's so annoying. The voice is so annoying, sir.
Yes, that is what you sound like when you talk to other people.
Why? But that's my voice. What should I do about it?
You should try to use your nose more in your conversation.
Like this. Hello?
That's just my voice, sir. I don't know. Like,
I don't know what to tell you, but you need to use your nose instead of your lips when you talk.
I don't know what that means.
That means you talk like this. It's a nasal rasp. You use your nose, not your gut. You're using your stomach too much. Hello? Hi, this is John with Pronunciation Workshop, working with a Coptic Greek Orthodox Christian that just can't seem to get rid of the horrific accent. If you want to learn how to speak like an American and speak American English, go to pronunciationworkshop.com right now and sign up to take a lesson with Dr. Paul Gruber of the Pronunciation Workshop. Hello? Bima. It's all symbolic, Bima. Hello? Hello? The law of the strong. This is our law and the joy of the world. Coptic, you're Egyptian? Look at my PTR. That's the temple of Isis. Taken from the Nile. Brought to New York City at the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Yo, you see how they took that shit apart and then put it back together?
Crazy, right? Block by block.
No, it's insane, right?
Can't believe it. That when you go in that room, it's like very, unique feeling, energy. Very interesting room. Best part of the museum, I think.
You think so? Nah, the Renaissance, the fucking rooms, like the velvet rooms.
I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah, bro. Remember the Victorian where they have like
What's going on
where
here?
We're talking
the
about a
Victorian
museum.
rooms?
What the fuck is
And
going on?
it looks like there's velvet walls and shit.
Hi,
What the
Abby.
fuck?
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Hi, Danny. You're in another room called It's All Symbolism. It's all
I
symbolic.
gotta go to the lobby, but I gotta get.
Huh?
You're in another room called It's All Symbolic. It's all meta. Hello? Does anybody know what the universal symbol is? Is it just the plus sign? Or is it the minus sign? Or is it the multiplication sign?
I gotta get.
Is it the division sign? I think it's probably the division sign. It's symbolic.
Motherfucker. Don't say hello again at the end of your sentence, okay, you motherfucker.
Hello?
Repeat it. Yeah, don't say that again, okay?
Hello?
Yeah, please.
It's getting annoying.
Hello? Are you gonna have a migraine or something if I keep saying hello?
I have a migraine from all the crying and bread I've been eating.
Oh God, that reminds me. I should have a toasted bagel with some cream cheese right now. You know, I forgot to put the cream cheese in the fridge for like maybe 5, 6 hours, and I found it on the floor, and I put it back in the fridge. Do you think the cream cheese is still good if it like is not refrigerated for 6 hours, 5 hours?
You know what type of shit my mom does?
What kind of shit does your mom do?
Daddy,
come
leave
here.
the milk out for like 2 days.
Yo, Abby, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, guys?
How are you doing, Abby?
I'm feeling
Good,
not
how are
to
you?
eat anything at her
Doing
house.
very well.
Gross.
I did not know. Like, it is fucking disgusting. I grew up with so much trauma just based around not knowing
No,
like,
I wanna
what
make
was
this
gonna
food.
happen
Make it
with
slow.
the food. Like, one time I was getting ice for my drink and a chicken nugget flew into my drink and I was like, what the fuck? Where did this chicken nugget come from? It's in my ice.
Mm. You know, Nora was in a room last night, and she had like a photo of her dish dash, or you know, what is that thing called that Muslim women wear? Burqa. It was beautiful.
Job.
Yeah, her hijab. It was beautiful. I was like, wow. I was like, that's beautiful. She almost
Yeah.
looked like a fish. You know, you're covered up.
No, she's very beautiful.
What is
she
it?
doesn't look like a
What does a burqa do? What does a burqa
I
do
want to get
exactly?
Nora married off to a nice man. You know, I want to marry everyone off.
Yeah, I hear
And I
you.
think that's a fucked up quality that I
Well, anyways, Nora, I'm just complimenting your beautiful burqa. It was beautiful.
this may
But
be
really, that's why I say your
we have-
face is part of it. It's not just the burqa itself, because the burqa
It is her
frames the
face.
face. The burqa frames the face. Image, welcome to It's All Symbolic in the Hypnosis God House.
Hey, how you been? How's everything been on your end?
Is that the man God?
The man God. What's that mean?
The man God. That's what Jesus was. He was the man God.
He was an alien, okay?
An alien. You see, he was an alien. What?
He
Yeah.
was an alien.
What do you think about aliens, though, Danny? Like, how do you feel about aliens?
No, I'm not hungry.
Do you think aliens are good?
She supports ICE and law enforcement.
Mm.
I support law enforcement. I support ICE agents for the most part, I guess. You know, they're doing their job. So maybe there's one or two that act out of line. I don't read the fucking news. I get annoyed when one cop does something, all of a sudden all the cops are bad.
Mm-hmm. That's supposed to be the narrative to keep people, you know, they'll let that narrative get pushed to the world, because the world takes it in.
Yeah.
The world would take it in. So if you see someone get bit by a pit bull or something like that, they're like, pit bulls are crazy. Yeah. You know, so the world is just like a bunch of delusional people. So they're just basically pick things off the ground because they're like so deep inside of somebody's head. Like people are like so deep in the country, like the countries that they're born into, that they don't know that they're just in the stomach of their country. So everything that the country eats or anything that happens, like the whole world eats it. And some people throw it up, some people devour it and just keep it inside of them. So I'm like, this is disgusting. I'm not about to eat that. That's just knowledge in general, you know. So there's a whole bunch of NPC characters out here. That's all. But I feel you as well. You know, when it comes down to people just doing their job. Some people don't do a good job though. They just do a job. You know, so not everybody is good. You know, so many people decide to make something good to be ignorant. You know what I'm saying?
Well, point of order, moderator, point of order. It's my responsibility as the moderator in It's All Symbolic Hypnosis God to maybe guide the conversation for the sake of the room house. And so I would just like to ask, Image,
You went to the Matrix.
if you could just give us a prayer for peace, for strength, for health, and for love this beautiful Valentine's Day.
surely will, Lord. Our Father in heaven, please bring great health and wisdom to all that's on this earth today. Have all people follow your word. Have all people hear your voice. Have all people follow your way. Have all people get their tears wiped away from hearing your voice. Let no one see any other choice besides you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I think he might have left off in the name of Jesus at the end of that prayer.
But what do you think the name of Jesus is?
Joshua!
Well, if Jesus is an alien, I don't think he's a mean alien, if that's what you mean.
Oh. As far as yeah, the name of Jesus is just the name that he walked in. He walked with wisdom. So many people don't walk with wisdom. They walk with probably like fleshly wisdom. Fleshly wisdom is different from it's different from spiritual wisdom. So when it comes down to what fleshly wisdom looks like, it looks like basically somebody's history in this world. So when they say, oh, back yesterday, or last week, that's fleshly history. You know, but when it comes down to the wisdom of the spirit, yeah, it's
Image,
something that surpasses all
Image, let me ask you a question. How many people betrayed Jesus?
the whole world. Because the whole world doesn't know wisdom. They don't have wisdom.
That's not
So they
true.
can't understand wisdom.
That's
Wisdom
not
speaks to them.
true. His mother never abandoned Jesus.
Because she wasn't a part of the world. So that's why he says we're in the world but not of it.
Did God the Father abandon Jesus? Did God the Father, did the Godfather abandon his son, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior?
No, Jesus said it himself. He said, heaven and earth will pass away, but my word will remain forever. So the word prevailed at the end. Because he rose up. So the word can't be destroyed. So God is not a liar. So even if someone dies, he shows that he's the one that has all power, even the power over death as well. It's wisdom, you know? So, like I said, when someone decides to go against wisdom, wisdom is just, like I said, it surpasses the years of all people.
Well,
so if
if
he says, hey, don't go out there, you're going to get hit by a car. Wisdom might not really be even talking about you. He might be talking about your children, you know? So, the ones that you have.
well, have you ever broken the word wisdom down?
Just the word wisdom down?
Broken it down. It's two words. It's domination plus wise. So the domination of the wise.
You said the domination of the wise.
Wisdom. It's like a
Why
dom.
does domination sound like dominion?
Dominion is part of it. It's all symbolic. Do you know what the difference between symbolic and metaphor?
No, let it be known.
Do you know what an analogy is?
Mm-hmm.
What's an analogy?
This is to this as this is to that.
Is that symbolic or is that a metaphor?
That is an analogy.
It's an analogy, but not a metaphor, and it's not symbolic?
Do we have
I would say they all look the
example?
same to me, but I'm not sure what the difference is, to be honest.
So A equals A equals A.
What is an allegory?
Hello?
What is a proverbial proverb?
Ribono Shalom. It's all
So she's trying
symbolic.
to put you under hypnotism. She's trying to put you under hypnotism right
Someone
now.
told me black
My
tie
Jewess.
the other day.
My Jewess is a powerful hypnotist.
Fight back. Danny's going to put you in a hypnotism.
Nora is a hypnotist. You know what's funny about Norris? She spent all this time in the Ultra Derecha with her Dom Diego, and the question is, who was hypnotizing who? Because when I hear Norris speak, she sounds so pleasant to me. And yesterday she was like, I feel since my injury, I have to spend a lot of time articulating. And I couldn't stop laughing because my favorite word to hear on Clubhouse is articulation. When I hear somebody start talking about articulation, that's when I know that we've crossed over into the world of articulation. Do you know what the word articulation means?
It means to
To articulate. To articulate.
to like
To articulate. Put it in a sentence.
it's the art, and then you tickle later.
And then you're late. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is so deep. Man. Like to art and then tickle it, but you're late on the tickle. That is deep. You know people really be doing that with words.
Nora, I've actually got more than one Anon. I've decided not to just double down. I'm tripling down. And I've opened up 3 new recording studios, and I'm live streaming Clubhouse 24/7 across multiple Anons, multiple YouTubes, multiple X's, multiple everywhere. Anything you say on this app, if I am there, it will be recorded and put on multiple platforms. We've also developed.
You've gotten me blocked from several rooms because they're telling me that I'm the reason that you're getting into their room.
I know. I heard yesterday. Jeff said I actually made a song out of it. It's called.
Hey Lord.
Yeah.
I you got a whole bunch of shadow clone rooms. I always try to go into your shadow clone rooms, but yeah, you don't let me out. So I always try to look for the original room. So it's like he gotta be in one of these rooms. I'm in his shadow clone room right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I just see the screensaver goes on, and then I don't look to see who's in the room because I'm busy doing my show or whatever. But
yeah, I heard you singing in one of the rooms.
Yeah. What did I sing? The Chicago song?
I don't know, some song. You said something. It was talking about I don't know if you added somebody's name to it or something like that, and they said, "Oh, that was amazing."
You should be on like Big Brother or something. Like,
I got my own show. I got my own thing going. We got almost 100,000 videos up, and
How's it working?
like, do you need like marketers? Like, do you need to hire like someone or like to?
Yeah,
do
you can help. You can help me just by downloading the Sora app and casting me in videos, and then putting up John Kitover sitcom videos, because the John Kitover comedy show, the sitcom, is taking off. Like we're getting hundreds of thousands of views on our sitcom videos. Yeah, cast me in a video. Use the sitcom filter, and then just do something. Write anything. And actually, what I'm doing is I'm listening to Clubhouse conversations, and then I'm plugging in what people are saying, but like stupid stuff like, "Are you gonna die on that hill?" And then I'll put that in, and then I'll cast myself as in the sitcom, and then it'll just make this.
You never told me.
Yeah, there's a video of
What hill
you.
did I die on?
This is a video of you in a conversation, and the guy's like,
"Yeah, my phone is moving so slow. I'll be back."
Okay.
Like I need to get a new iPhone. I'm about to get a new iPhone 17 today.
The problem is, you can't run this off of cellular. You have to have like high-speed internet to Wi-Fi into to do Clubhouse. In my opinion, really good, because people that are like in their car or walking, it's always like a lower quality conversation because of the lag. High-speed internet is amazing. Like I have AT&T, and before this I had Comcast, and Comcast sucks. It's like a fucking like energy wave. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But AT&T is like seamless. I never have an interruption. Okay, so it's all symbolic. And that's a little bit like saying in Yiddish, alles ist Gott, or it's all God, because God is not a symbol. God is most likely a movement or an action. It's more of a physics equation as opposed to a symbol. A symbol is the analog to God. And so I've been reading an incredibly rare book, very expensive. Um, and it's an old book. A lot of people know this book, but it's by Eliphas Levi. And this is my, you know, Shabbos study. I hope you'll stick around and give me 60 seconds of your attention because let's be honest, the conversation is not intelligent. And this book specifically says that God deals with intelligence and love. And the ultimate maxim is love thy neighbor. That's it. That's the whole prophet. That's everything summed up. Love thy neighbor. If you really live your life in love, guess what? You get the message. And so if you're struggling with love in your life, it's because you don't get the intelligence of the Bible. The Bible is an analog, a symbolic tool book to get you to love. Because love is the smartest component of intelligence. It supersedes and transcends all other conversations. That's it. And I can read you the passage from this book. And it was a big aha moment for me yesterday. I was like, wow. Because it basically explains it in like a math equation. It uses all the analogs, narrows it down, and then you get to love and intelligence. That's God. Oh my God. Huh. Love and intelligence. So the question is, can you always stay in love? Can you always remain intelligent? Not really. It's very difficult. But once you read it and you practice it, then it becomes easier. It's like riding a bicycle. And too many people on this app are resisting love. They are resisting intelligence. And they just want to get their dopamine. And they want to run back to their little cave. And that's it. That's what most people are doing. But because you're smart enough to stick around, and it's all symbolic, you've now heard the secret magical alchemical formula. The man God. That's right. Jesus Christ lived in love. Even up until his death, even at his resurrection, he was still emitting love. He wasn't angry. He didn't complain. When Jesus went to Pentecost and he threw a big dinner, did he complain about the Roman that stuck him with the spear? Or the Pharisee, that got him mucked up with the Roman? So my point is, Jesus Christ never complained. He would never come to Clubhouse and complain. That wasn't the kind of guy he was. He just lived his life with intelligence, aka wisdom, and love. Obviously, Jesus knew it's all symbolic. And he was a hypnosis god. He was a man god. He was a fisherman who took artisans and he set them free by teaching them the power of charity.
Cannabis oil.
And cannabis oil. Castor, which is a house, a fortified encampment. It's a hermetic seal. It's Hermes, Thoth, Trismegistus, the Mercury. The Mercury is what gets us to the Chakma. Just like resistance is attracted to a light as a fly, we are now emitting a brilliant light attracting all the disgusting little horse flies like resistance. A little bit like flies on shite.
Does he work for you?
Everyone works for the Lord. Everyone. Whether they know it or not.
Even,
they're all working for the Lord.
Even the atheists? Oh, my son keeps saying I love you to his dad and never me. No, he says that sometimes. Look, Resistance is here. Resistance, you were summoned. Were you tagged in here, or are you just working with?
I did a complicated invocation to create a human turd shitball demon, and it turns out that Resistance was the best that my magic could create.
So Resistance is a bot?
No, he's an invocation. He is a combination of a horsefly and a 180-pound pile of human excrement.
I'm a cockroach.
You know what? You know what bugs live the longest on the planet?
Cockroach?
Nope. It's probably part of the cockroach family.
What is it?
What eats wood?
Roly-polies?
No, what eats wood?
Termites.
Termites. Termites are the oldest living organisms on the planet. In the Brazilian,
Really?
yeah, in the Brazilian rainforest, they have termites that have been alive for 200,000 years. Do you think the N word is symbolic?
Nigger.
Do you think
It's saying a pine tree.
I just want your YouTube channel to get clipped. Nigger.
it won't get clipped?
Who is this?
It won't. It doesn't get clipped when you use the N word.
We love.
Hello?
We love John Kitover, folks. Don't we, folks? We love John Kitover, don't we?
You
Who
know.
do you think hates me the most on this app, Goo?
Yael, I think she hates you the most.
Does she really?
I mean, she's always like making fun of you and shit. Like you're the butt of the joke every time you're in those rooms. I don't know why you stay in there and allow them to fucking humiliate you.
Okay.
I mean, look at all the AI edits they make.
Are you using Goo? You know, I'm trying to recruit
Do you
people.
like mine? Look, Karamat is in this one.
Scam movie was the greatest movie ever made, even better than The Godfather.
Oh my gosh!
Let's go. We love the John Kitover lore.
Wow, I'm gonna have to clip that.
Could you make up some like fake true crime and then get people to like read it?
Fuck you, nigger.
You should just make like fake true crime shit.
This is what I call N-word Tourette syndrome. Like, this is a bad case. It's not quite as bad as T-Rob's because, you know, I can't stand that Irish accent, to tell you the truth. I don't mind hearing Goose say N-word like this, but T-Rob's is horrifically annoying because when you already have an obnoxious and horrible sounding, you know, version of English and you're using the N-word all the time, you really are just Irish shanty trash. That's just you know, you got to keep it classy. If you're already challenged and your name is T-Robs, don't do it. You are, you know, you're damning yourself to a pit of hell. And so, anyways, listen, the point is, it's all symbolic. Hi, Saxon, welcome. I'm about to do an English Lord impersonation. I hope you'll stick around. You probably won't because you're very retarded and you have a short attention span of only like 3 seconds, generally, probably. Go back to your room and get your little green bean and sit up in your corner where you think you're actually accomplishing something, but you're not.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Saxon, do you want to come up and say anything?
I love you.
That's when you say, I love you too, honey. I love you back. 10x.
Oh, I didn't know I was unmuted.
Welcome to It's All Symbolic, Saxon.
You said that I've only got an attention span of 3 seconds. Bro, that's bullshit.
It's my opinion. And I think
Your
most...
opinion's bullshit.
All right, well then prove to me you can stick around because I'm going to read a book for 60 seconds and we'll see if you leave or not. Chances are you'll leave because maybe you won't get the dopamine you're looking for. But Saxon, my theory is, do you know what the 15-30 rule is?
No.
So you say on average 1,500 words a day and you listen to 3,000 words a day. But it's your choice of what you say and what you listen to. Most people just aren't in control of what they say or what they listen to. Like the way you're listening to me right now, if you were to choose to go to YouTube and listen to an audiobook or music, that could be a part of your 3,000 words. But instead, you're getting me filling you up with my words, and I'm getting up to my 1,500 number. So when we know the rules of the word game, we're more discerning and discriminating about what we listen to because it's all symbolic. And if you listen to somebody on this app and they talk just endlessly, the thing is, the worst thing about this app is any prompt I give a room, like a purple elephant, the room will start talking about a purple elephant. And a purple elephant conversation could go on for 2 hours. So it's a little bit like inserting a command into a line of code. And therefore, the 1530 rule is if you're smart, you will be very discerning about what codes get, put in front of your prompt. That's my symbolic or analog, interpretation of the situation. What do you think, Saxon? What do you think about my master theory?
I like listening to you, bro. Like, I think you're very, very soothing, and I like that. But I like your master theory. It's great. So you're going. So what's the room about then?
I'm gonna read a book. It's called "It's All Symbolic."
Okay.
That's not the real name of the book, but it's a book called "The Secret Key to the Mysteries" by Eliphas Levi. If you don't know who Eliphas Levi is, let me Google that for you. I'm eating a banana, and what's funny is in my sitcom, I picked up the phone, but it was a banana. And then my girlfriend said, "John, that's a banana." And then I got on the phone with my mom, and my mom says, "Yeah." And I said to my mom, "Yeah, I'm eating vegetables, Mom." I'll be right back. I'm going to go get my coffee.
Bro, it sounds like you've had a bit too much coffee today. In fact, every day you sound like you've had too much coffee.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What is the difference between a concentration and a compression? Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here. Just 1 minute. I'm just fucking doing something. I've just been shopping, so I'm just packing my shopping away.
So would I have to ask or say, I was watching some random shit, and it was just some guy in the city, and he just goes up to people and he's like, what makes you confident, right? And it's like, I don't know, I never saw it before, but like, he goes up to some guy, I didn't even realize it was Machine Gun Kelly, and he's like, what makes you confident? The guy's like, basically said that he was striving for it and like didn't admit that he was confident, but then he started talking about reading books, and it like sounded like you, and he was like, talked about that book you always read, and he was saying how it changed his life. The Tao, whatever, by Lao, whatever, Ning.
Yeah, Dao De Jing by Lao Tzu.
Yeah, that one is what that guy, Machine Gun Kelly, was talking about.
Yeah, it's a very, it's not Christian, it's not Jewish, it's not Hindu, so it's kind of like a fourth way, and it deals with the way, and the Tao, is a nameless name. It's a powerful book. It's a magic book. But what it is it's psychological. And
So,
yeah, go ahead.
do you want me to answer? So you said, what's the difference between concentration and compression?
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's mainly about what is changing.
Interesting. Okay, that's a nice way to put it. I never heard it put that way.
Do you want me to define both or not?
If you want to define both, if you want to tell us the truth, it's up to you. I didn't know you talk like a Schwartz. Anyways, hello?
What's that? What's a Schwartz?
Well, you said truth. Go ahead, tell us the truth. Or, wow, look at all the people flowing into the room.
Yeah, that's because I'm here.
Well,
Hey, Mr. Saxon.
See, the thing is that I've noticed about Clown House is that when a large group gathers, it
Yeah, you're
is
a bitch.
it is actually usually one woman that brings the crowd together. That's what I've noticed. And for example, Issa, you know Watermelon Guatemalan, you know her?
No.
You don't know Loudmouth Issa? She goes on forever. Anyways, the point is, you're right, Saxon. It is you. It is you. Book,
Yeah, I
welcome.
mean, I just have that effect on people. I'm a beautiful woman. I'm British. They like the accent.
Even Ludwig came in for a quick little peek. Wow. Book, welcome to the
So what do
room.
you think book means
Book,
by their bio that says I'm a farmer? What do you think they mean by that?
I've been trying to get Book to change that PTR because it terrifies me and haunts my
It's
dreams.
It's Adam on the sap as a cat. It's that guy Adam.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Check, welcome.
everyone.
Peace and blessings.
Thank you, Lord. Yeah. I don't want to bring this topic, but I can agree with you that as a Muslim, al-Bukhari is similar to the Talmud and the Old Testament.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda,
Kinda.
yeah. There are similarities between the Talmud, the Old Testament, and the Sahih.
Yeah.
Al-Bukhari.
Do you think Islam is just a Christian cult?
Islam is a Christian cult.
Yeah, because Jesus Christ to Christians is the man God, the Son of God, the Redeemer of mankind. So Muhammad comes along and makes a one up. And he says, guess what, everybody? I'm the new Jesus. The old Jesus is dead. I'm the new revelation. Don't you think that's kind of arrogant?
But he never said that. He never claimed that he's a new Jesus, and all he said that, I'm just a prophet. I know about your religion, and you know about your life. So even the Sunnah. Are you familiar with what a Sunnah is?
Wait, hold on. We got a question in the chat from the Arabian Horse Farm. Danny, tell John how you got blocked by Jeff. I was there with my Anon, and I created a song about it, Arabian. It goes like this. I kicked Danny. I blocked Zach. I kicked Danny. I blocked Zach. That's basically Jeff's mentality. Many people think he's like a grown man. He's actually just a young child in an old man's body with a 40-year-old cough lung. The point is, Jeff is a good guy. He's a great host, but he's not the smartest tool in the shed. So check. We're gonna move on. Nora, welcome back. The Arabian Horse Farm, by the way, loves me. And the Arabian Horse Farm made an incredible offer, and I'm going to take you up on that offer. I'm moving to Saudi Arabia to retire with a beautiful Muslim woman, and we're going to raise horses together. What do you think about that? Hello?
Hello?
There you go, Saxon. Now you got it. You got it, Saxon. That was the best hello I've ever heard from you. Hello?
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 Where does this psyop begin and end?
The psyop doesn't start and doesn't stop. It's just there, like Saxon said. Change. That's the difference between a compression and a concentrate. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, Danny.
Hi. Isn't that a sad hi?
Who, me?
Me. My. It's
Do you feel
my.
sad? Do you feel
I
sad?
think that my sound was very sad.
Do you feel sad?
Yes, I feel kind of sad
May I ask why?
because I have a gluten allergy and I ate the bread.
So why do you eat the bread if you have a gluten?
I convinced myself I was gonna die. And then I told myself that if I was gonna die from anything, and I like soon, I might as well just eat bread for the rest of my life.
Eating the bread may cause you to die.
Yeah, but it's a slow death. Whereas if something happens with my heart, then it would be quick. But I don't think it's that bad. You know. Yeah, it's not that bad.
I'm lactose intolerant.
I think a lot of people are. They just won't admit it. And they suffer, but like I think it's worse for some people, and some people are just allergic to the proteins.
Yeah, I've got ulcerative colitis. So anything that's lactose, oh my god, it causes me horrific pain.
So you probably can't have a lot of stuff, like seeds and stuff, or is that different?
No, I can eat like seeds and I have like nuts and things, so I'm okay with all that kind of stuff, but it's more like I'm more intolerant to like dairy products more than anything. Like if I was to have cow's milk, oh my god, I'd be on the toilet for hours.
But it
just
pasteurized or unpasteurized or anything like that?
I just get lactose intolerant milk that's no lactose in, or I get almond milk with no dairy. But it is if I have like full cow's milk, dairy products, it just really, really gives me a bad stomach. And bread's not good. Have you tried any different bread? Other, like sourdough bread?
I love sourdough bread. I love the sourdough bread from this place called Panera. It was so good.
Yeah, sourdough bread's nice. I have that with some avocado in the morning.
So good.
So I want to dedicate this bagel to you, Danny. It's almost finished, and I'm about to put the cream cheese that I left on the floor for about 6 hours. I think it's okay.
Cream cheese.
I think it's okay.
Fine, yeah.
Philadelphia cheese. So what did you have on your bagel? Cream cheese, or what else?
I took a bite of a bagel today.
I like bacon on my bagel.
I gave up bacon, but I did have some beef bacon lately.
I love a bit of bacon on my bagel, or salmon.
I don't like salmon. I wish I could eat fish. It's so good for you.
Yeah, I like salmon, shrimp. I like fish. I don't fry it, I like steam it. Or you can eat salmon raw as well. Like you can get little salmon, like little thin sheets of sharp salmon that you can put on a bagel. So you don't like any kind of fish? Or is it just you don't like it, or have you tried it?
I'm allergic to shrimp, but it's, yeah, I'm allergic to shrimp. I'm allergic to other seafoods.
Oh, that sucks, man.
And then I gave up pork, and I'm not supposed to have shrimp. And I think it's funny I became allergic. And it was like my favorite food. I used to love popcorn shrimp so much.
I was just thinking about Nora, and there she is.
She's been here the whole time. I feel like you guys are a team.
Huh. She's upset still that she can't have her Dom, Diego, her hypnosis
Or
master.
what?
I think Nora hypnotized Diego more than Diego hypnotized her. That's just my opinion.
I was kind of thinking that earlier. Like before you said that, I was kind of like, who is in control there?
Mm-hmm. I think that's why she's actually upset, because she lost her control.
That's probably hard on both of them.
No, what it means is they're both perverse. And Nora just feels slighted because she feels like he got the last word, had more hand. So she can't get her dopamine to go high enough to get her to let it go, to get the satisfaction.
Yeah.
But that's just a childish way of looking at life. Thus, why they're both stupid and retarded. And I am actually the master of these supposed masters because I've recorded them wasting years of their life talking about nothing. Nothing important. Hello?
Well, you got years of me almost.
I know. That's why I say, if you don't read a book, you're really wasting your time on this app.
So
And I'm about to read a book.
What's gonna happen? What do you think's gonna happen with everything? Because I'm trolling like 99% of the time.
I don't know. When I die, because I've seen dead people, in caskets, and they are all, they're all shriveled up and they weigh like, 40 pounds. They're just like a dried corpse. When I get to that stage, and I become a mummy, I know that my brain is going to be so huge and powerful and brilliantly beautiful. It'll probably be like a diamond, like a crystal. And my body will deteriorate. And then there will just be like this brain-shaped crystal. And everybody will say, wow, he turned his brain into a diamond. He polished it. He must have somehow figured out a way to turn his brain into a brilliant, shining diamond of intelligence. How did he do it? He must have read a book. Because conversations won't polish my brain in the way that a book does. Hello?
Yeah.
I told you, Saxon has no patience. She's got like a 60-second ADHD timer. It must have gone ding. Anyways, I'm looking forward to living on an Arabian horse farm. Of course, I don't want to pick any of the horse shit up. Will we have any...
So explain to me, what's going on with Lou?
Who knew?
Like, why are you fucking with this Arabian shit?
No, Arabian put it in the chat. I just like the suggestion.
I feel like you're Arabian.
Really?
Everyone thinks you're Arabian.
I got a cream cheese on my fucking mouth. Hey, Resistance is here.
It just feels such a psyop.
Does it feel synthetic?
I mean, it did, like, since a specific day. But then it subsided a little. Have you seen the movie Old?
No.
Like about these people on an island and they like speed up their like life so they could be tested for some like pharmaceutical drug.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a crazy movie.
That bagel was good. You know what the difference is between a bagel and a pizza?
Jews and Italians.
There ain't no marinara on a bagel. That's it. It's just it's a baked item. Most people don't think about it, but technically a pizzeria is a bakery. They're just baking bread with melted cheese. That's it. That's what a bagel is. Hello?
Yeah. So did you make a song about Jeff?
No. No. I don't really.
Why did you say you made a song about it?
Because when you got lectured about how we're talking and he has to block you and kick you and block Zach, I couldn't stop laughing. I was sitting here in my office playing my drums going, I'm kicking Danny. You know, it felt like he was a little kid. It just felt so juvenile.
I feel like he just like has wanted to for like a long time.
But see, that's a Jeff emotional problem for him personally. And you know, that's just like him like being sad and angry and hurt. Like not because of you, but because, you know, Jeff I mean, you know, people got if you ask, you know what the most, you know, upsetting question is to ask somebody?
What?
Tell me something from your memory that's very painful.
Yeah, is that it?
That's it. That's a very difficult question to ask and a very difficult question to answer. Some people can never truly actually tell another person what their most painful memory is. They just can't do it. It's too painful. So, you know, that's kind of the feeling that I get from Jeff that, you know, the way he plays his game in the Mr. Jeff show is, you know, everyone has an emotional vitality, and it never goes away. It's always there. That's why I do yoga, because if you got pain in your body, that's the worst pain.
Yeah.
Because my memory of pain, it's not present. But if you actually have physical pain in your body, ugh, that's real pain.
Yeah.
Saxon, welcome back to It's All Symbolic. Let me ask you a question. Why do you go by the name Saxon?
I don't know. I just like it.
Is it symbolic?
Well, it's my lineage. So obviously, I'm indigenous to British land because I'm, English, Welsh, Scottish, Celtic, whatever you want to call me, Irish. But then also, I have Viking from my DNA lineage that I did. It says that I came from also the tribe of the Vikings and the Saxons.
Interesting.
What's your haplogroup? You know your paternal haplogroup?
My what?
Your DNA haplogroup?
Yeah, so I know all my lineage, and it's basically most of my percentage is English, Welsh, Irish, and Celtic, Scottish. Then I had some Germanic, Sweden, a bit of Northern American, Danish, Dutch, French, so a mixture. So when it explains all your lineage, it says that I came from the tribe of the Saxon Vikings, the Danes.
It's all symbolic. Nora, I want to thank you for coming into the room and being such a great listener, because, you know, Nora said she's trying to work with how she navigates this app and certain people. And I think listening sometimes is more powerful than speaking. And that's why I listen so much with burner accounts and record people and put them on YouTube for eternity. Because listening is powerful. And anyone who says that listening isn't powerful doesn't understand the value of speaking. because listening and speaking are connected in what you
So
might
have you ruined anyone's life yet with their recordings?
not as far as I can tell. I don't think I've actually see. I'm just a trash man. I gather up garbage and I put it in a landfill, a wasteland. And whoever happens to go into that wasteland to pick up something that they found that I collected in my garbage gathering efforts, well, I don't know what they're going to do with garbage, but personally, I just throw it in the garbage when I have garbage and I leave it in the garbage. I don't go back and fish around in the garbage for garbage. I just leave the garbage in the garbage. And thus, if you want to go into my wasteland and pick up some garbage, well, that's your right. But
Have you ever recorded me?
you're being recorded right now. The now is
No,
all
I'm talking
important.
about in other rooms.
Probably. I'm a trash collector. I gather garbage. But, you know, you know what the difference between garbage is and a book? Garbage in, garbage out. It's just change. It's like when I asked you what's the difference between compression and concentration. Many people are
It's all about change.
change. Got any change? You ever hear anybody on the street say, got any change? Got any change? I couldn't stop laughing the first time I heard that because I was like, imagine if I went up to him and was like, yeah, I can change your life. He'd be like, no, nah, I want some change. I'd be like, oh, I want to give you real change forever. Nah, I want some change. All right, man, here's $1. Thank you.
Somebody once asked if I could spare some change for gas. I need to get myself away from this place. I said, yes, what a concept. I could use a little fuel myself, and we could all use a little change.
Danny, do you think you could do like theatrical, like improv, meaning that like if you were to read that again, can you do it more dramatic? As if you were my AI Suno and I said make it dramatic. Can you do it
Maybe,
dramatic?
but I didn't read it. It was from memory. It's
I
from
get
the
it.
song All Star.
I get it. Can you do it more theatrical like you're on Broadway? Imagine you got your hands up and you're in a dress and you're dancing on Broadway. Now give us that rendition, but do it Broadway, dramatic.
I've only been in like one play and I have one line, but I could try it. Like, okay.
Take a deep breath.
I can't do it. I don't think I'm like a little okay. So I don't want to sing it either. So I'm on the spot. It's like I've probably told you before, but Jerry Springer says we'd rather be in the casket than telling the eulogy. I mean, and I did it, but it was just like out of instinct. And if I was to do it purposefully, I may not be able to do it. I may truly be retarded. Am I allowed to say that word?
Okay, so it's all symbolic. Narjas, welcome. Narjas, thanks for being here. Narjas, sometimes I hear Narjas say things that are so stupid that I get the feeling sometimes she's just like talking just to like talk to get the dopamine, but to just be a part of the conversation maybe. But sometimes they're so incoherent that I worry about Narjas' mental health because I'm like, am I going crazy? Because that sounded incoherent, like, and not part. It sounded not part of the conversation at all. Almost just like, you know, see, people are giving Narjas the love, like I'm being mean. But Narjas, I ask you, what's the difference between compression and concentration? or concentrate.
Hi, Kitover. You can't be more right. Like sometimes I'm so incoherent, so eccentric, so rational.
See, that type of statement right there is what I'm talking about, where you say it's so incoherent and then it's so rational. Like you just say things that are totally opposed to each other in one sentence.
I said irrational.
Well, it's all symbolic anyways.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my point, where criticize or critique anyone you want, because everyone here's contribution is their art. That is their art contribution. Like, look at Danny's PTR. Look at Saxon. Look at yours. Look at mine. Like, this is, everything you do is an emoji. It's an embodiment of your art, which is your spirit flowing out of you. How do you represent? Why do you think blacks created FUBU? Like, Danny and I, we came up with Jews Boo. You know, Jewish Zionists for us, by us. Jay-Z FUBU. We got our own clothing now for Zionists. And I've never been in the clothing industry, the haberdashery, but I know Jews love fabric. And so we are confident that Jay-Z FUBU, the Jewish Zionist for us, by us clothing store, is going to be very popular because it's so controversial. And Kanye West has decided to make the first purchase order of 1,000 units, and he's going to put them up on his website. And he's going to sell Jay-Z FUBU clothes for us. We already got a great partnership going. So, let's stay on topic here and get back to the symbols. Narges, tell us a powerful symbol.
Zero.
Zero. What's the difference between a 0 and an O?
One is longer, the other's fatter.
Mm-hmm. Fat versus long. Long versus fat. Fat long. Long fat.
Thick versus length. Width versus length.
Thick versus length. Length versus... So how does everything rapidly become phallic? If it's all symbolic, how...
Master has Sigmund Freud that.
Well, how did we immediately get back to the girth? Girth is not a word that you hear often.
You know, they're just Freud, Einstein. We're just so good at it.
We're just born to be them, Danny.
Is this a psyop? Because do you know what framing is, Narjas?
Framing, yeah, NLP.
Do you know how to frame a frame?
Yeah, with NLP.
Do you know how to frame a framer?
Do I know how to frame a framer? Sometimes, yeah. He's getting upset. It's my doggy. He's getting so upset
Because Lord is framing the dog.
So the dog, it turns out that dogs know how to frame humans by beeping. Dog is like, are you mocking me? You're mocking me. You're mocking me! Stop mocking me!
He's looking over here. He's feeling upset.
So, in the word symbolic, we have the word symbol. And a cymbal is a metallic musical instrument that you clap. You bring together left to the right. Bong, bing, bing, bong, bong. And we get the sound of a cymbal, which is the all sound, because a cymbal drones and, dilutes out all other sounds by overriding all the other sounds. So, the question is, what is the universal symbol. Is it Om? Om.
भगो देवस्य धीमहि धियो न प्रचोदयात्. That's the Gayatri mantra sung in the morning. Sorry, Surya, for the recognition of the beauty of the sun.
Well, you didn't really sing it correctly, unfortunately. You missed some key parts in there.
Yeah, I missed the last, I think.
If you translate that beautiful poem, it is so powerful. It is so powerful. Om Bhuva Svaha Tatsavito Varenyam Bhargo Deva Sandimahi Nyo Yo Na Prachodaya.
I said it the same. One word I think I missed in the end.
No, you missed like 3 words.
Which one?
I'm just teasing. Okay, so it's all symbolic.
Can you just check me out? Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitar Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Then?
Nyo yo na prachodaya. Om. Okay, so there's 4 parts to the Om. There's the O, then the then the and then the silence. Most people don't know that the silence is the 4th part of Om. It's the hidden part. So you have to notate the silence, and you can't have music without intervals. And the interval is the silence between the notes. So there's a pause between the Oms, which is the silence, which is the peace of silence. And a sigh is how you get to lengths. So sigh, then the lengths, the silence. That's the piece. So it deals with breathing. Or as they like to say in the Babana community, breathing, breath, the breath of life. Because if you're not breathing, guess what happens? That means you're dead. So keep breathing before you die, because when you die, there's no more breathing. So therefore, breath is the most important thing anyone can do. And it turns out that breath, when translated into multiple languages, it becomes the truth of the earth, the spirit of the earth. Breathing you. Are you breathing it, or is it breathing you? Am I doing that? Or is the breath, is the air, the nitrogen, the oxygen forcing its way into my nose? Do I know what I'm talking about? Or is my nose all wisdom? Is my nose the secret symbol? Or is it my finger? Don't pull my finger. Or is it my nose? Is my nose the powerful symbol? Pull my thumb. Is it my nose? Is it my nose or my mouth? Which one is it? Is it the tongue? Is it the ear? Is it the eye? Is it my penis? My phallic object? Dingling, dangling between my legs. Which one is the most powerful and universal of all symbols? Hello? Personally, I think it's the ear. Because the ear is the first tree letters, tree, in the word earth. 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 Just say it out loud, everybody. Earth. Earth. Made you bark like a dog. Earth. 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 So the truth of the earth is the ear. The ear, see, this is why I think it's better to be blind than it is to be deaf. Because if you deaf, that means you can't use your ear. So the truth of the earth is all in the concentration of listening. That's the essence of meditation. The first place to go whenever you need to go within is use your ear canal. Visualize your ear opening. Imagine you diving into your own ear. And then you go into the brain. And then in the brain, there's a gazillion, trillion, quadrillion, sextillion number of tubes, wires, carrying all types of dopamine and genetic code. And if you're double vaxxed, triple boosted, maybe a spike protein just flew by you as you go into the ear. And when you're inside of your own ears, and you're in the temple, known as your brain, it's there where you can begin to construct and deconstruct all your concepts, all your symbolic interpretations and opinions. That's right. It's all symbolic. And so you could spend 1 trillion years here on Clown House, letting other people go into your ears, just as I am coming into your ears right now. You might be in Boff's room. You might be in Andrew R's room. You might be in that red-headed monkey's room. You might be in somebody else's room. There's a million rooms. You might be in Mr. Jeff's room. But never forget the power of the fascist green bean. Will they mute you? Will they censor you? Do they have the fortitude to listen to you? Or are they just 30-second ADHD dopamine freaks that want to talk, get their dopamine all the time, gathering dopamine, becoming more dopish? Dope, 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 dope. Gathering up dope.
If they tickle us, do we not laugh? If they prick us, do we not bleed? And if they avenge us, do we not seek revenge?
If I get doped, do I not dope? If I gather up a bunch of garbage and I go to the garbage can and it goes to the wasteland, the landfill, is it not just garbage in, garbage out? What are you putting inside yourself through your ears? Is it the truth? Or is it just opinion? Endless opinion. Because it's all symbolic, you know. Even words and sounds were information packets, quantum of symbol. Symbol, symbol, symbol here. Symbol, symbol, symbol there. Thank you for my symbol upload and my symbol download. What kind of symbols are you putting in your ears right now when I say symbol? Is that Zen and Mini down there? Which Zen is it? Oh, look at that cat. Is that a cat? Oh yeah. Ooh, looks like a squirrel. That's a kitty cat in a sweater, looking at a snowy road in a townhouse subdivision with a playful carrot toy. Ooh, Narges is trans now. She's the Frida Kahlo of Persia.
That was my first self-portrait. I did that when I was very young.
Really? Wow, Frida Kahlo over here. It's kind of cool. Nicely done. Damn, it's pretty good. Look at that.
Was it like a collage or it's like
It's a painting.
Oils, acrylics,
you did that all?
Oh, she's an architect.
Wow.
She's an artiste.
No, but still, just the texture, everything about it.
just brush. You have to use a knife. The piece.
Wow, I can't paint like that. I have a very different style, but I do like some art. That's incredible.
Narges, do I have your copyrighted permission to put your image into Grok and to make it into an updated cartoon for 2026?
Here's my self-portrait from high school.
Let's see.
did,
Oh, cool. I made it 3D. Narjes, you're gonna love this. Oh my god, it's so cool because I've never axed it to make it into a high resolution 3D image. I usually just say make it into a cartoon.
It's really nice, Danny.
I did this really crazy one, right? And I don't know if it's gonna make any sense, but it reminds me. See, my art is really fucking stupid because like I can't sit still for too long. No, 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 no. I don't mean it in a bad way.
Narjes, check it out, PTR.
Wow.
It's lovely. We just look like that, Dana. I don't look like this though.
I like yours better. It just there's something like it's like a Barbie, but it's not a Barbie, and that's why I really like it. It's cool.
Wow, how did you get this killer? Are you looking at his, Danny?
His is scaring me. I like yours better.
It's a different face though.
It's just I like yours better.
I cut through the canvas too, for the top. Actually pierced through it. That thing is actually glass that I put.
Okay, Danny, you're gonna like this one. Danny, you should start catfishing.
With what? I was convinced that me and Virgil Abloh were on the same wavelength with this one.
Okay, Danny, PTR.
Wait.
You have 493 photos on here? Holy shit, girl.
Yeah.
How many do you have, Narjas?
That is gorgeous.
I've never done this with the 3D resolution. I'm going to start making a lot of AI images of myself. You know, I have a lot of like Andy Warhol artwork, and Andy to me is like an obnoxious troll who probably didn't even know. Like he's so autistic, he didn't even know that he was like such an obnoxious troll. But he's so ugly, you know. He's so if he took that wig off, he'd be like. See, the wig is actually what makes him like horrifically ugly and notable and notorious because like if you had a soiree or a party and Andy Warhol showed up, you knew it was Andy because of the wig. If that wig wasn't on, you wouldn't know who that old fucking Pollock was.
But that's what Trump did with his hair.
Well, he did a skin pullover, which is like, you know, an intense surgical operation to like fucking shift your scalp to maintain your hair. It's so just fucking crazy. But that was like what he did, I think, you know, way back when. Fucking crazy. I think people who are obsessed over their hair are like the most obnoxious people you can ever meet. They're so self-centered, whether they want to admit it or not, because they're already ugly. And the fact that you do a hair plug job, you're still ugly because it's not natural. Like you can hold onto, you know, 10 years of your image. But the truth is it's just your demeanor that people like. It's not even your hairline. Because the hairline is so superficial and it only lasts for just a moment of a blink of an eye when you're interacting with that person. But the way they left you feeling is what's all important. So if they're peaceful and nice and funny, well then you love that person, you trust that person, but you don't care about the hairline. That's their own superficial ego um, trying to maintain an image. But everyone is just, you know, in entropy. And so to artificially construct a hairline, to me, is ridiculous. But people think that's art. I don't think it's art. think it's just, craziness. Have you ever seen how the procedure works? I couldn't imagine sitting there and then having like 30, 60, 90 days of like recovery and your skin is just like in agony and these little hair follicles are trying to grow this like artificial little line and then it all starts growing in like a chia pet. And then, you don't show your face for 6 months, 8 months, you let your hair grow out, your new fake scalp. It's literally like threading a doll. Have you ever seen how they thread dolls, with hair? It's the same thing. It's so disgusting.
Yes.
It's so disgusting.
Uh-huh.
So, anyways, I'm just saying.
Oh, you must give it to him. Like, that hair is so unique.
Yeah, Andy Warhol. But that was a wig.
Yeah, but everything about Andy, he was just an advertiser that made some of the world's best propaganda.
Well, see, the reason why I was asking what's the difference between concentrate and compression is because he painted and created artwork that contained concentration. Like the tomato soup on the can, it says concentrate. So, the whole. No.
It's condensed, right?
Condensed. Condensed was the word of the day. Compression or concentrate. It was condensed. Condensed was the word of the day.
You freaking called me incoherent? You John Kitover?
Don't you think that was a collaboration? Like, they both made each other more better?
That's life. It's called synchronicity. Hello? See, if you ask somebody to explain to you what synchronicity means, what it really means is sharing our consciousness, which is intelligence, milieus and all efforts. See, this is the thing about group theory and work theory, is that if we were all really happy and having fun doing what we're doing, well, then we could stay on the party line for 8 hours a day while we work. And then we would have the basis of an actual creative, artistic organization attempting to make money together. It's very difficult to achieve. Many people who have tried to start businesses don't realize that it's actually a social engineering experiment. And that's what many people don't realize. And they fail to see that. And they have fear in the workplace. Oh, I'm going to lose my job. What they're really saying is, I'm going to be kicked out of the social experiment. Because all organizations and governments and government agencies are just social experiments in group theory, in work theory, in social theory. So that's the amazing thing about life, is it's all cast. And it's all condensed. Condensed is the word of the day. Tomorrow, the word of the day will be genocide. The day after that, it'll be occupation. The day after that, it'll be colonial. The day after that, it'll be some other. What'll be the word of the day after that, Narges?
Victory.
Day after that, it'll be Zionist. Can't tell you how many times I've heard the word Zionist and Zionism on this app, on X. Nothing but Zionism, Zionists. Every day, every way, Zionist, 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 Zionist. They never talk about the Indian nationalists, the Hindu nationalists, do
Listen,
they?
John, it could also be contingent. The other word.
Contingency.
Oh my god, the contingency argument. Or it could be psychophysical harmony. I had that word for like months together on this app. Because that became like a popular argument.
We don't understand time. We don't understand consciousness.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, my whole purpose of being here is to give you a warning. Do you know what the warning is? Hello? warning of the day is beware of dogs. You have been warned. Not responsible for injury or death.
But I ask you why.
What?
But I ask you why.
Hmm. Okay, ladies. We're about to do a meditation. I'm updating my PTR with my most recent image. Here we go. I'm pretty sure I've read this book before, but it's pretty sweet.
Which one is that?
I think I like. It's hard to say. I asked Grok to make my image 3D and high resolution, but I don't know how much better it actually, doesn't really like make me look better. Kind of makes me look worse, maybe.
Wow. So criticism. Much. John Kitover?
I don't know. You tell me. Look at my PTR.
Okay, let's see.
That's the book I'm about to read from. The Secret Key Activator.
It's a nice pick. What do you say? Why
Okay.
are you a trick criticizing yourself like that?
Well, this is the base image that I asked Grok to make 3D high res. You tell me. I think this picture looks better than the AI picture.
Let's see.
The real picture. It's a better picture because it's the real picture.
I like the real picture. Bro, Grog, it's probably what Donnie said. Like, I like your painting more than this high res. Yeah, I like the original better.
Right? The original is always better.
Always.
Okay, we're finally getting to the book portion of the room. I hope you have the attention span of a gnat fly, which is only 3 seconds. Here we go. This is also for YouTube. I've been creating clips. The Senary. The Senary is the number of initiation by ordeal. It is the number of equilibrium. It is the hieroglyph of the knowledge of good and evil. The key of the mysteries. He who seeks the origin of evil seeks the source of what is not. Evil is the disordered appetite of good, the unfruitful attempt of an unskillful will. Everyone possesses the fruit of his work, and poverty is only the spur to toil. For the flock of men, suffering is like the shepherd dog who bites the wool of the sheep to put them back in the right way. It is because of shadow that we are able to see light, because of cold that we feel heat, because of pain that we are sensible to pleasure. Evil is then for us the occasion and the beginning of good. But in the dreams of our imperfect intelligence, we accuse the work of providence through failing to understand it. Ribono Shalom, good Shabbos, David, King of the Jews has arrived. Gekachin lichtigen nein Eugen Fusta. We resemble the ignorant person who judges the picture by the beginning of the sketch and says, when the head is done, "What? Has this figure no body?" Nature remains calm and accomplishes its work. The plowshare is not cruel when it tears the bosom of the earth, and the great revolutions of the world are the husbandry of God. There is a place for everything, to savage peoples, barbarous masters, to cattle, butchers, to men, judges, and fathers. If time could change the sheep into lions, they would eat the butchers and the shepherds. Sheep never change because they do not instruct themselves, but peoples instruct themselves. Shepherds and butchers of the people. You are then right to regard as your enemies those who speak to your flock. Flocks who know yet only your shepherds, and who wish to remain ignorant of the dealings with the butchers. It is excusable that you should stone them who humiliate you, disturb you in speaking to you of your rights. O Christ, the authorities condemn thee. Thy disciples deny thee. The people curses thee and demands thy murder. Only thy mother weeps for thee. Even God abandons thee. Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. Chapter 7, the Septenary. The septenary is the great biblical number. It is the key of the creation in the books of Moses and the symbol of all religion. Moses left 5 books, and the law is complete in 2 testaments. The Bible is not a history. It is a collection of poems, a book of allegories, images, and symbols. Adam and Eve are only the primitive types of humanity. The tempter serpent is time which tests. The tree of knowledge is right. The expiation by toil is duty. Cain and Abel represent the flesh and the spirit, force and intelligence, violence and harmony. The giants are those who usurped the earth in ancient times. The flood was a great revolution. The ark is tradition preserved in a family. Religion at this period became a mystery and the property of the race. Ham was cursed for having revealed it. The key of the mysteries. Nimrod and Babel are the 2 primitive allegories of the despot and of the universal empire, which has always filled the dreams of men. A dream whose fulfillment was sought successively by the Assyrians, the Medes, the Persians, Alexander, Rome, Napoleon, the successors of Peter the Great, and always unfinished because of the dispersion of interests, symbolized by the confusion of tongues. The universal empire could not realize itself by force, but by intelligence and love. Thus to Nimrod, the man of savage right, the Bible opposed Abraham, the man of duty, who goes voluntarily into exile in order to seek liberty and strife in a strange country which he seizes by virtue of his idea. He has a sterile wife, his thought, and a fertile slave, his force. But when force has produced its fruit, thought becomes fertile, and the son of intelligence drives into exile the child of force. The man of intelligence is submitted to rude tests. He must confirm his conquests by sacrifices. God orders him to immolate his son, that is to say, thou ought to test dogma. And the intellectual man should be ready to sacrifice everything on the altar of supreme reason. Then God intervenes. Universal reason yields to the efforts of labor and shows herself to science. The material side of dogma is alone immolated. This is the meaning of the ram thicket. The history of Abraham is then a symbol in the ancient manner and contains a lofty revelation of the destinies of the human soul. Taken literally, it is an absurd and revolting story. Did not St. Augustine take literally the golden ass of Apuleius? Poor, great men. The equinox. The history of Isaac is another legend. Rebecca is the type of the Oriental woman, laborious, hospitable, partial in her affections, shrewd and wily in her maneuvers. Jacob and Esau are again the two types of Cain and Abel, but here Abel avenges himself. The emancipated intelligence triumphs by cunning. The whole of the genius of the Jews is in the character of Jacob, the patient and laborious supplanter who yields to the wrath of Esau, becomes rich, buys his brother's forgiveness. One must never forget that when the ancients want to philosophize, they tell a story. The history or legend of Joseph contains in germ the whole genius of the gospel and the Christ. Misunderstood by his people, must often have wept in reading over again the scene where the governor of Egypt throws himself on the neck of Benjamin with the great cry of, "I am Joseph." Israel becomes the people of God, that is to say, the conservator of the idea, and the depositaries of the word. This idea is that of human independence and of royalty by means of work, but one hides it with care like a precious seed. Painful and indelible sign is imprinted on the initiates. Every image of the truth is forbidden. The children of Jacob watch, sword in hand, around the unity of the tabernacle. Hamor and Shechem wish to introduce themselves forcibly into the Holy Family and perish with their people after undergoing a feigned initiation. In order to dominate the vulgar, it is already necessary that the sanctuary should surround itself with sacrifices and with terror. The servitude of the children of Jacob paves the way for the deliverance, for they have an idea, And one does not enchain an idea. They have a religion. And one does not violate a religion. They are, in fine, a people. One does not enchain real people. Persecution stirs up avengers. The idea incarnates itself in a man. Moses springs up, Pharaoh falls, and the column of smoke and flame, which goes before a freed people, advances majestically into the desert. Christ is priest and king by intelligence and by love. He has received the holy unction, the unction of genius, faith, and virtue, which is force. It comes when the priesthood is worn out, when the old symbols have no more virtue, when the beacon of intelligence is extinguished. He comes to recall Israel to life. If he cannot galvanize Israel, slain by the Pharisees, into life, he will resurrect the world, given over to the dead worship of idols. Christ is the right to do one's duty. Man has the right to do his duty, and he has no other right. O man, thou hast the right to resist even unto death any who prevents thee from doing thy duty. Mother, thy child is drowning. A man prevents thee from helping him. Thou strikest this man. Thou dost run to save thy son. Who then will dare to condemn thee? Christ came to oppose the right of duty to the duty of right. Right with the Jews was the doctrine of the Pharisees. And indeed, they seem to have acquired the privilege of dogmatizing. Were they not the legitimate heirs of the synagogue? They had the right to condemn the Savior. And the Savior knew that his duty was to resist them. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law.
Love is the law. Love on the will.
Thou hast no right but to do thy will. Do that, and no other shall say, Nay! Every man and every woman is a star. Christ is the soul.
John, yesterday,
Yeah.
I think I survived the longest in one of these super like traditionalist Wahhabi rooms, Salafi rooms. And finally I got a mod in that room while I was refuting that position. And then when the refutation bore fruit, I was declared a kafir. And they fucking dropped me down. And in that moment of other rising, right, I felt like perhaps mission accomplished. Because all this while refuting, they were okay with it. They were okay to like hold a stance that was false. But when it really became false, that is when the one I was refuting just said, "Oh, but she's a kafir." He otherized in that moment.
Well, have you ever butchered a cow?
No, I'm a vegetarian. Hello?
Well, you know the word kafir is from the word calf, and her a female calf. And it's very emotional to kill a baby calf to eat it because you love that sweet little thing. It's so precious. But to cut its neck and then to have it for dinner, that's pretty serious.
Yes, ma'am.
So what happens linguistically when we scream kafir and kick somebody to the goo? The dopamine flares like an electric shock. That's what people want. You are their sacrifice.
Yeah.
Kafir!
Calf.
Moo! 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 Moo!
I said, thank you guys so much for having me on your stage for this long. But if you are a God worshipper, then I certainly am an atheist. If God worshipper looks like you, I'm an atheist. Please go sit on the gulag for 5 minutes.
See, the problem with an atheist, and again, it's not pronounced atheist, it's pronounced atheist with an F, an atheist. And the whole thing is, if you're going to spend all your time denying God, well, then you're not very much like God, are you? If you spend all your time invoking God, talking about God, thinking about God, reading about God, writing about God, guess what? You're more like God because you're surrounding yourself with an environment of God.
Yes.
And it can become dangerous because some people are very annoying. And when they become like God, because all they do is spend all their time talking about it, guess what? They can become a tyrant, a fascist. Abby, welcome. It's all symbolic.
Symbolic. So, I mean, I came to the conclusion that for someone to truly commit a crime against reality, one must take the stance of a positive atheist.
Have you listened to anything I've been reading about intelligence and love? Intelligence and love, Narcissus, deal with God. We might not like the word, the definition, but as you know, this is an ESL training app, and people here want to ask questions about what does the word God mean to you? Can you define it? Can you give me an explanation? It's very, very difficult because God is everything. It's obvious that it's the all. So I might say, well, God is like a bunny. God is like a horse. God is like your cell phone, which allows you to transmit infinite amounts of noises to people to troll them. God is everything. The all. God is a sound. God is a nothing. God is every word utterable, every sound imaginable. That is the all. That's the symbol. Sounds are symbols. And that's why a symbol, when you clang them together, makes a sound. The all sound, like the om, a vibration. And then a pause. It's all symbolic. Okay, we're going to read a little more of this book by Eliphas Levi. Hope you're enjoying it.
What's it called? I am actually. What is it called?
The Key of the Mysteries.
That's a good one.
Christ is the soul of protest. But the protest of what? Of the flesh against the intelligence? No. Of right against duty? No. Of the physical against the moral? No, no. Of imagination against universal reason? Of folly against wisdom? No, 1,000 times. No, and once more, no. Christ is the reality, duty, which protests eternally against the ideality, right. He is the emancipation of the spirit, which breaks the slavery of the flesh. He is devotion in revolt against egoism. He is the sublime modesty, which replies to pride I will not obey thee. Christ is unmated. Christ is solitary. Christ is sad. Why? Because woman has prostituted herself. Because society is guilty of theft. Because selfish joy is impious. Christ is judged, condemned, and executed, and men adore him. This happened in a world perhaps as serious as our own. Judges of the world in which we live, pay attention and think of him who will judge your judgments. But before dying, the Savior bequeathed to his children the immortal sign of salvation. Communion, communion, common union, the final word of the Savior of the world. The bread and the wine shared among all, he said this is my flesh and my blood. The key of the mysteries, he gave his flesh to the executioners, his blood to the earth which drank it. Why? In order that all may partake of the bread of intelligence and of the wine of love. O sign of the union of men, O round table of universal chivalry, O sign of the union of men, O round table of universal chivalry, O banquet of fraternity and equality, when will you be better understood? Martyrs of humanity, O ye who have given your life in order that all should have the bread which nourishes and the wine which fortifies, do ye not also say, placing your hands on the signs of the universal communion, this is our flesh and our blood? And you, men of the whole world, you whom the Master calls his brothers, oh, do you not feel that the universal bread, the fraternal bread, the bread of the communion is God? Retailers of the crucified one, all you who are not ready to give your blood, your flesh, and your life to humanity, you are not worthy of the communion of the Son of God. Do not let his blood flow upon you, for it would brand your forehead. Do not approach your lips to the heart of God. He would feel your sting. Do not drink the blood of the Christ. It will burn entrails. It is quite sufficient that it should have flowed uselessly for you. Chapter 8, the number 8, the Ogdoad, is the number of reaction and of equilibrating justice. Every action produces a reaction. This is the universal law of the world. Christianity must needs produce anti-Christianity. Antichrist is the shadow, the foil, the proof of Christ. Antichrist already produced itself in the church in the time of the apostles. St. Paul said, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall the wicked one be revealed, The Protestants said Antichrist is the Pope. The Pope replied, every heretic is an Antichrist. The Antichrist is no more the Pope than Luther. The Antichrist is the spirit opposed to that of Christ. It is the usurpation of right for the sake of right. It is the pride of domination and the despotism of thought. It is the selfishness, self-styled religious, of Protestants, as well as the credulous and imperious ignorance of bad Catholics. The Antichrist is what divides men instead of uniting them. It is a spirit of dispute, the obstinacy of theologians and sectarians, the impious desire of appropriating the truth to oneself and excluding others from it, or of forcing the whole world to submit to the narrow yoke of our judgments. The Antichrist is the priest who curses instead of blessing, who drives away instead of attracting, who scandalizes instead of edifying, who damns instead of saving. It is the hateful fanaticism which discourages goodwill. It is the worship of death, sadness, and ugliness. What career shall we choose for our son? Have said many stupid parents. He is mentally and bodily weak, and he is without a spark of courage. We will make a priest of him, so that he may live by the altar. They have not understood that the altar is not a manger for slothful animals. Look at the unworthy priests. Contemplate these pretended servants of the altar. What do they say to your heart, these obese or cadaverous men with the lackluster eyes and pinched or gaping mouths? Hear them talk. What does it teach you, their disagreeable and monotonous noise? They pray as they sleep, and they sacrifice as they eat. They are machines full of bread, meat and wine, and of senseless words. And when they plume themselves, like the oyster in the sun, being without thought and without love, one says that they have peace of soul. They have the peace of the brute. For man, that of the tomb is better. These are the priests of folly and ignorance. These are the ministers of Antichrist. The true priest of Christ is a man who lives, suffers, loves, and fights for justice. He does not dispute. He does not reprove. He sends out pardon, intelligence, and love. The true Christian is a stranger to the sectarian spirit. He is all things to all men. He looks on all men as the children of a common Father, who means to save them all. The whole cult has for him only a sense of sweetness and of love. He leaves to God the secrets of justice and understands only charity. He looks on the wicked as invalids whom one must pity and cure. The world with its errors and vices is to him God's hospital, and he wishes to serve in it. He does not think that he is better than anyone else. He says only, so long as I am in good health, let me serve others. And when I must fall, die, perhaps others will take my place and serve. Subnote, actual priests. Levi's ideal priest, of whom bad is an impossible epithet. He is not to be looked for in the church. He is in that church, which is also ark, rose, font, altar, cup, and the rest. He is that word of truth, which is established by two witnesses. Om. The number 9. This is the hermit of the tarot, the number which refers to initiates and to prophets. Prophets are solitaries, for it is their fate that none should ever hear them. They see differently from others. They forefeel misfortunes. So people imprison them and kill them, or mock them, repulse them as if they were lepers and leave them to die of hunger. Then, when the predictions come true, they say, it is these people who have brought us misfortune. Now, is always the case on the eve of great disasters. Our streets are full of prophets. I have met some of them in prisons. I have seen others who were dying, forgotten in garrets. The whole great city has seen one of them whose silent prophecy was to turn ceaselessly as he walked, covered with rags, in the palace of luxury and riches. Subnote, this is the true clairvoyant Levi, the Levi who prophesied universal empire. For Napoleon III was either the Magus trying to use him as a tool, or a Micaiah unadjured. Micaiah. Micaiah.
Micaiah.
Yeah, Micaiah. I have seen one of them whose face shone like that of Christ. He had calicites on his hands, and wore the workman's blouse. Oh, calicites. Calocitias. And wore the workman's blouse. With clay he needed epics. He twisted together the sword of right and the scepter of duty, and upon this column of gold and steel he placed the creative sign of love. One day, in a great popular assembly, he went down into the road with a piece of bread in his hand, which he broke and distributed, saying, "Bread of God, do thou make bread for all?" I know another of them who cried, "I will no longer adore the God of the devil. I will not have a hangman for my God." And they thought that he blasphemed. No, but the energy of his faith overflowed in inexact and imprudent words. He said again in the madness of his wounded charity, "The liabilities of all men are common, and they expiate each other's faults as they make merit for each other by their virtues. The penalty of sin is death. Sin in itself, moreover, is a penalty, and the greatest of penalties. A great crime is nothing but a great misfortune. The worst of men is he who thinks himself better than his fellows. Passionate men are excusable because they are passive. Passion means suffering, and also redemption through sorrow. What we call liberty is nothing but the almightiness of divine compulsion. The martyrs said, it is better to obey God than man. The equinox. The least perfect act of love is worth more than the best act of piety. Judge not, speak hardly at all, love and act. Another prophet came and said, protest against bad doctrines by good works, but do not separate yourselves. Rebuild all the altars, purify all the temples, and hold yourselves in readiness for the visit of the Spirit. Let everyone pray in his own fashion and hold communion with his own, but do not condemn others. A religious practice is never contemptible, for it is the sign of a great and holy thought. To pray together is to communicate in the same hope, the same faith, and the same charity. The sign by itself is nothing. It is the faith which sanctifies it. Religion is the most sacred and the strongest bond of human association, and to perform an act of religion is to perform an act of humanity. When men understand at last that one must not dispute about things about which one is ignorant, when they feel that a little charity is worth more than much influence and domination, when the whole world respects what even God respects in the least of his creatures, the spontaneity of obedience and the liberty of duty, then there will be no more than one religion in the world. The Christian and universal religion, the true Catholic religion, will no longer deny itself by restrictions of place and of persons. A woman, said the Saviour to the woman of Samaria, verily I say unto thee, that the time cometh when men shall no longer worship God, either in Jerusalem or on this mountain. For God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Subnote, a mistranslation by monotheists. The Greek is, in quotations, spirit is God. Chapter 10, the absolute number of the Kabbalah, the key of the Sephiroth, vide dogme et ritual de la haute magie, the number 11, chapter 11. 11 is the number of force. It is that of strife and martyrdom. Every man who dies for an idea is a martyr, for in him the aspirations of the spirit have triumphed over the fears of the animal. Every man who falls in war is a martyr, for he dies for others. Every man who dies of starvation is a martyr, for he is like a soldier struck down in the battle of life. Those who die in defense of right are as holy in their sacrifice as the victims of duty. And in the great struggles and revolutions against power, martyrs fell equally on both sides. Right being the root of duty, our duty is to defend our rights. What is a crime? The exaggeration of a right. Murder and theft are negations of society. It is the isolated despotism of an individual who usurps royalty and makes war at his own risk and peril. Crime should doubtless be repressed. The society must defend itself. But who is so just, so great, so pure as to pretend that he has the right to punish? Peace then to all who fall in war. Even in unlawful war. They have staked their heads and they have lost them. They have paid, and what more can we ask of them? Honor to all those who fight bravely and loyally. Shame only on the traitors and cowards. Christ died between two thieves, and he took one of them with him to heaven. The kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. God bestows his almighty power and love. He loves to triumph over hate, but the lukewarm he speweth forth from his mouth. Duty is to live, were it but for an instant. It is fine to have reigned for a day, even for an hour, though it were beneath the sword of Damocles, or upon the pyre of Sardanapalus. But it is finer to have seen at one's feet all the crowns of the world, and to have said, I will be the king of the poor, and my throne shall be on Calvary. There is one man stronger than the man that slays. It is he who dies to save others. There are no isolated crimes and no solitary expiations. There are no personal virtues, nor are there any wasted devotions. Whoever is not without reproach is the accomplice of all evil, and whoever is not absolutely perverse may participate in all good. For this reason, an agony is always an humanitarian expiation, and every head that falls upon the scaffold may be honored and praised as the head of a martyr. For this reason also, the noblest and the holiest of martyrs could inquire of his own conscience, find himself deserving of the penalty that he was about to undergo, and say, saluting the sword that was ready to strike him, let justice be done. Pure victims of the Roman catacombs, Jews and Protestants massacred by unworthy Christians, priests of Les Abayers and Les Carmes, subnote monasteries in Paris, which were used as prisons in the Reign of Terror. Victims of the Reign of Terror. Butchered royalists, revolutionaries sacrificed in your turn, soldiers of our great armies who have sown the world with your bones, all you who have suffered penalty of death, workers, strivers, debtors of every kind, brave children of Prometheus, who have feared neither the lightning nor the vulture, all honor to your scattered ashes, peace and veneration to your memories. You are the heroes of progress, martyrs of humanity. Chapter 12, the number 12. 12 is the cyclic number. Yeah. Go ahead.
Remember me. For the living I am gone. To the sorrowful I will never return. To the angry I was cheated. But to the happy I am at peace. And to the faithful I have never left. I cannot speak, but I can listen. I cannot be seen, but I can be heard. So as you stand upon a shore gazing at a beautiful sea, As you look upon a flower and admire its simplicity, remember me. Remember me in your heart, your thoughts, your memories of the times we loved, the times we cried, the times we fought, the times we laughed. For if you always think of me, I will never have gone.
Okay, welcome back to It's All Symbolic. That was a beautiful reading, Narges. What does it mean, dear?
It means sorrow, pain, joy, and any feelings. It means I must leave Clubhouse.
Well, it's all symbolic, you know. It's just a conference call app. It's just Zoom audio. Come on now.
When are you gonna?
Well, there's a difference between you and me. I use it. You get used by it. So it's like saying, is the coup in the cobs or is the cobs in the coup?
What makes you think I don't use it? You know I have heavy synesthesia. The sound produces intense imagery. I've made money off of this just because it allows for creativity.
What does that come out to? 0.0001 cents for every hour you spend here?
Look at it laugh. Look at it, man.
Okay, we're gonna heart out of here in 8 minutes. This is gonna be my last page reading. It's page 46, the equinox.
Okay.
Here is a translation in Alexandrines of the Unrestricted Magical and Catholic Creed. I do believe in God, Almighty Sire of man, one God who did create the universe, his plan. I do believe in him, the Son, the chief of men, word and magnificence of the Supreme. Amen. He is the living thought of love's eternal night, might. God manifest in flesh, the action of the light, desired in every place and every period, but not a God that one may separate from God. Descended among men to free the earth from fate, he and his mother did the woman consecrate. He was the man whom heaven's sweet wisdom did adorn. To suffer and to die as men do, he was born, prescribed by ignorance, accused by envy and strife. He died upon the cross that he might give us life. Oh, who accept his aid to guide and to sustain, by his example may to God like him attain. He rose from death to reign throughout the ages' dance. He is the sun that melts the clouds of ignorance. His precepts, better known and mightier soon to be, shall judge the quick and dead for all eternity. I do believe in God's most holy Spirit, whose fire the heart and mind of saints and prophets did inspire. He is a breath of life and of fecundity, proceeding both from God and from humanity. I do believe in one most holy brotherhood of just men that revere heaven's ordinance of good. I do believe one place, one pontiff, and one rite, one symbol of one God in one intent unite. I do believe that death, by changing us, renews, and that in man as God life sheds immortal dews. Number 13. 13 is the number of death and of birth. It is that of property and of inheritance, of society and of family, of war and of treaties. The basis of society is the exchange of right, duty, and good faith. Right is property. Exchange is necessity. Good faith is duty. He who wants to receive more than he gives, or who wants to receive without giving, is a thief. Property is the right to dispose of a portion of the commonwealth. It is not the right to destroy, nor the right to sequestrate. To destroy or sequestrate the commonwealth is not to possess, it is to steal. I say commonwealth, because the true proprietor of all things is God, who wishes all things to belong to everybody. Whatever you may do, at your death you will carry away nothing of this world's goods. Now, that which must be taken away from you one day is not really yours. It has only been lent to you. As to the usufruct, it is the result of work. But even work is not an assured guarantee of possession. And war may come with devastation and fire to displace property. Make then good use of those things which perish, O you who will perish before they do. Consider that egoism provokes egoism, and that the immorality of the rich man will answer for the crimes of the poor. What does the poor man wish if he is honest? He wishes for work. Use your rights, but do your duty. The duty of the rich man is to spread wealth. Wealth which does not circulate is dead. Do not hoard death. As Sophocles said, property is robbery. Doubtless wish to speak of property absorbed in itself, withdrawn from free exchange, turned from common use. If such were his thought, he might go further and say that such a suppression of public life is indeed assassination. It is the crime of monopoly, which public instinct has always looked upon as treason to the human race. The family is a natural society which results from marriage. Marriage is the union of two beings joined by love, who promise each other mutual devotion in the interest of the children who may be born. Married persons who have a child and who separate are impious. Do they then wish to execute the judgment of Solomon and hew the child asunder? To vow eternal love is puerile. Sexual love is an emotion. Divine doubtless but accidental. Involuntary and transitory, but the promise of reciprocal devotion is the essence of marriage and the fundamental principle of the family. Sanction and the guarantee of this promise must then be in absolute confidence. Every jealousy is a suspicion, and every suspicion is an outrage. The real adultery is the breach of this trust, the woman who complains of her husband to another man, the man who confides to another woman the disappointments or the hopes of his heart. These do indeed betray conjugal faith. The surprises which one's senses spring upon one are only infidelities on account of the impulses of the heart, which abandon itself more or less to the whispers of pleasure. Moreover, these are human faults for which one must blush, and which one ought to hide. They are indecencies which one must avoid in advance by removing opportunity, but which one must never seek to surprise. Morality proscribes scandal. Every scandal is a turpitude. One is not indecent because one possesses organs which modesty does not name, but one is obscene when one exhibits them. Husbands, hide your domestic wounds. Do not strip your wives naked before the laughter of the mob. Women, do not advertise the discomforts of the conjugal bed. To do so is to write yourselves prostitutes in public opinion. It needs a lofty degree of courage to keep conjugal faith. It is a pact of heroism, of which only great souls can understand the whole extent. Marriages which break are not marriages. They are couplings. A woman who abandons her husband, what can she become? She is no more a wife. She is not a widow. What is she then? She is an apostate from honor, who is forced to be licentious because she is neither virgin nor free. A husband who abandons his wife prostitutes her, and deserves the infamous name that one applies to the lovers of lost women. Marriage is then sacred and indissoluble when it really exists, but it cannot really exist except for beings of a lofty intelligence and of a noble heart. The animals do not marry, and men who live like animals undergo the fatalities of the brute nature. They ceaselessly make unfortunate attempts to act reasonably. Their promises are attempts at and imitations of promises. Their marriages, attempts at and imitations of marriage. Their loves, attempts at and imitations of love. They always wish and never will. They are always undertaking and never completing. For such people only the repressive side of law applies. Such beings may have a litter, but they never have a family. Marriage and family are the rights of the perfect man, the emancipated man, the man who is intelligent and free. Ask also the annals of the courts, and read the history of parricides. Raise the black veil from off all those chopped heads, and ask them what they thought of marriage and of the family, what milk they sucked, what caresses ennobled them. Then shudder, all you who do not give to your children the bread of intelligence and of love, all you who do not sanction paternal authority by the virtue of a good example. Those wretches were orphans in spirit and in heart, and they have avenged their birth. We live in a century when more than ever the family is misunderstood in all that it possesses, which partakes of the august and the sacred. Material interest is killing intelligence and love. The lessons of experience are despised. The things of God are hawked about the street. The flesh insults the spirit. Fraud laughs in the face of loyalty. No more idealism. No more justice. Human life has murdered both its father and its mother. Courage and patience. This century will go where great criminals should go. Look at it. How sad it is. Weariness is the black veil of its face. The tumbril rolls on, and the shuddering crowd follows it. Soon one more century will be judged by history. And one will write upon a mighty tomb.
Moderator, point of order, moderator.
Moderator, point of order. Daniel, welcome to the room. I'm reading from a very rare and expensive book called The Key of the Mysteries. Translated by Aleister Crowley, written by Eliphas Levi.
All communication is projection unless it's hypnosis.
Narjas, what do you think about the reading so far? Pretty good, yeah?
It's such a great book. Daniel's such a good book. I mean, it's so poetic, so eloquent, esoteric. The bread and blood, I think that was the most impactful statement. The bread of knowledge, the blood of love.
You know, there's this guy on here named Donald who has a room called Convince Me God Exists.
Yeah,
And
I know.
it's so funny because it's like this book actually starts out in the beginning about the hypothesis of God, and it proves beyond a reasonable doubt that God exists. But he would never sit there and listen to anything over 3 seconds. Like, the guy's a neurotic. And so some people you will never, ever be able to, because I can't actually compress all that and give it to somebody in my statement. I have to read from a book because I'm retarded. But if I'm retarded reading from a book, and to me it's like revelation where I'm like, wow, this is the truth. But guys like Donald, like, I can never go into that room and read this book. And that's the problem in communication and in transfer, meaning these packets, unless we have the patience, the love, and the intelligence, we will get nowhere. And people are going nowhere quick. They're here in a pit. Clubhouse is a garbage dump. It's a wasteland. And as a garbage collector...
Point of order, moderator, point of order. All communication is not hypnosis unless it's fixed. Thereby stated in the fine print, it is projection. And I'm glad that you've made that change finally after all these years. And after all the pressure that I put on you, after 2 years, all communication is not hypnosis. Some of communication is projection.
Yes.
It's suggestion. It's conditioning.
No, projection.
Yeah, conditioning. You're conditioning...
You're projecting now.
I'm not. I'm actually talking about conditioner. And I've seen your photo. Your hair looks very oily. Have you tried conditioner? Because all communication is conditioning.
Oh, he's so good. He opened this room and I hear it. He said, I've heard you in quite a few rooms. You are sounding incoherent, irrational. You're speaking for a dopamine high. Probably very true.
You make non-sequential statements, and in one sentence you can literally contradict yourself not just once but twice. I'm like, what the fuck? Am I listening? Am I going crazy, or am I not hearing things right? This sounds to me like bullshit.
Oh, I'm careful with contradiction. What are you talking about? This is rubbish. Utter rubbish.
I just ordered a surprise bag from fucking French Pizza.
What's wrong
Anyway,
with you, Daniel?
at the end of the night, like whatever they got left over, they put them in these surprise bags. And I swear to God, if they do something weird, or like I don't get a piece of pizza like last time, they give me ingredients.
What?
Yeah, they just give you ingredients like dough and like fuck. I'm like, what? No, give me the food.
What are you talking about? The restaurant gives ingredients?
So what happens at the end of the night when they have leftover food, they just throw it away. So there's this website where they were like, all right, well, you can go and buy it. So they don't just throw it away.
I feel like they're cheap or what?
Yeah. For $6, you get $18 worth of food. And if I'm like the cheapest.
You're not. The way you're buying stuff, you're definitely not cheap.
I know, but that's the addiction.
I know. So they gave you ingredients the last time?
Yeah, they gave me salad dressing, garlic rolls, and like these little fried. It's literally fried pizza dough with sugar on it. They're like donuts. It's so weird.
That's a horrible, like, ew.
It's pretty good. Are you having dinner with like a special someone tonight?
I am.
What are you gonna wear?
Actor.
What are you gonna wear?
Wear a dress, maybe? And you? Are you going out tonight?
Dude, I'm gonna be eating pizza with my brother.
Oh, with your brother?
Yeah, I ordered him one too. Both of us are lonely, so we're like, all right, let's just eat pizza together, dude.
What is that?
Like,
Obviously.
So Narja is Daniel. I've got one request and two conditions. The first request is that you download the app Sora, Sora, and then you cast yourself, and then you create a video, and you tag me and you in the video, and you render us in an AI video. Do it now, please. Chris is doing it. Chris is casting me in movies.
Who's Chris?
all
Zen.
communication is hypostasis.
All communication is indoctrination. All communication
That was one of my
is
favorite.
biases.
Nothing gets under people's skin like the all communication is indoctrination. That was from the earlier iterations.
That's right, baby. Just made that up right now.
They were fun.
Daniel, I am still shook by the way I was otherwise feared last night.
Noah and them?
Listen, so I think this is how the disease was even transmitted.
Dude, they kicked you off the stage.
They kicked me off the stage. You know why? Because one bitch face, who's a troll, gave testimony of my character and of my belief. That is how they had the entire Hadith. This is where testimony of character is a flawed system. Was I truly a kafir in that moment? Absolutely
Oh my
not.
god.
What?
They did that to you?
Yeah, they called me kafir. After all that,
Oh my
participation,
god.
trying to open their minds
It's
to the
just
truth.
hypnosis.
Yeah, it's indoctrinated. I would say. All communication is hypnosis. Are you using your earphones? Sounded pretty clear. You have to stop. Aziza. These are my finest boots. You touch them, I kill you. Aziza. Where you get the spa, or did you go?
I'm here.
What do you think John is doing, Daniel, right now? Daddy boy?
Danny boy, the tides are turning violently. Oh, Danny boy.
Danny, Danny boy. Danny boy.